Hey survivors, and welcome back to Sons of the Forest channel. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about the release of the upcoming sequel to The Forest and how it could be delayed once again. It is just a possibility, but after I rewatched the latest Xbox and Bethesda showcase, I truly think Sons of the Forest could and should delay its release. But before I start, leave a like and consider subscribing, follow me on all the social media, especially in our Reddit community and Discord server, and enjoy the video. Sons of the Forest is absolutely one of the most awaited games of this year. It is the sequel of a global phenomenon as The Forest, and it is one of the best visually defined video games in this sector. But maybe this won't be enough. In October, many new titles will be released. Big titles like Overwatch 2 on 4th October, Gotham Knights on 25th, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Resident Evil RE-Verse on 28th, and Scorn the same day of Sons of the Forest release. These are the biggest and more important titles that will come out in October 2022. Many of them, especially Call of Duty and Resident Evil, used to get audience by its company and its past. So it's obviously they will be a big win at the release. Overwatch 2 will be free to play, so it will be very interesting to the customers. Gotham Knights counts on a big company as Warner Brothers and Scorn on the Xbox Game Pass offer. Sons of the Forest is a video game developed by a little company known for The Forest, their greatest and most known product, with a very poor publicity, as we get news every 12 months. When it will come out on 21st October, or generally in that month, it will be suffocated by important titles and free-to-play titles. It will be topped by more known video games, and it will reach just the Forest community. If it gets released at the beginning of the month, Sons of the Forest will see a loss of players as new titles will be released. If it will be released at the end of October, people will already be focused on the just launched video games, so they won't buy another one that maybe they haven't even heard about. Personally, the game should be delayed to be sure to be a huge success, but there still is the problem of publicity. Even though the game gets a new release date, far from any big title, it needs a good promotion strategy to get big views and audience. To make you understand, we got the first trailer in December 2019. We didn't get any news till Farket, a magnificent YouTuber mainly focused on The Forest gameplay and guides, released his first interview with Android Games, the game producer of Sons of the Forest. This happened in November 2020. 1 month later, 1 year after the first trailer, the second one got released, followed by the second interview by Farket and a new one by Escapist magazine in January 2021. Nothing happened for 10 months, till in the same week we got 4 new pictures and the third trailer. 2 years passed since the game was announced, and we got a new release date that got delayed in a tweet published in March 2022. The last piece of news we got was in May, when the Steam page was finally put online. To sum up, we got trailers every 12 months. Of course, these years have their challenges, but this promotion is damaging the game, as the last trailer released is the least viewed of the 3. Compared to the Forest trailers, Sons of the Forest is getting way bigger attention, but compared to the titles coming out in October. This is a good question. When should it be released? Judging by the next releases, I think October is the worst month to release the game. It would be nice to release it in December, as it could be a perfect Christmas present, or in January 2023. Basically, 3 years after it got announced. As a player, I would like to play it right now as soon as possible, but as a The Forest lover and fan, I also want it to be successful. 2 months of waiting won't be that bad after we waited 3 years. And if you love Sons of the Forest, then you should hope for the best. You don't want a Cyberpunk The Forest edition, do you? Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to share my point of view, my personal opinion on Sons of the Forest release date, as I think that a release in October will completely kill the game, because there are so many big titles that will come out in the same period, in the same time. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like and consider subscribing. Follow me on all the social media, especially on our Reddit community and Discord server. Be safe and always remember to survive the forest.